Most of us here have Boat Trail. Raise your hand if you have Boat Trail. Boat Trail, Boat Trail. Maria, you're working with me. You have Boat Trail. Frank, you got Boat Trail. Alex, you got Boat Trail?
What?
Boat Trail?
Yes, I do.
Gloria, you do have Boat Trail, right?
And I follow up us too.
Okay. Awesome. So there's a couple things that are changing with Boat Trail real quick. And I want you guys to pay attention to this. I'll show you some cool tricks. I want to go into Boat Trail a little bit, and then the other half, the cool tricks that I'm using. So has anybody seen that bar, that status bar right there?
Yes.
Have you seen it on your Boat Trail?
Yes.
Okay, so that score, what it does is it's telling you what your leads are doing. So if your leads are getting a market report, if your leads are on a drip campaign, if your leads are getting a weekly MLS drip, if you're touching your leads, it's going to give you a score there. And that score tells you how often you are in your CRM, which is your business, right? It's like you're registered to a store. At the end of the day, you want to know how much money, how many transactions are in there. So that's how you have to, the best way to explain it to you guys. It's pretty cool. It tells you people that are waiting for you to reply back to them. Before it didn't have that feature. So let's just say somebody texts you and you're in a meeting and you don't get back to them. That is going to tell you, hey, so-and-so is waiting for a response. That's one thing. Also, when you get new contacts, it will show you how many contacts came in new, how many past tasks you have. Like, let's say if you do add a task, like to follow up with somebody, to email somebody, not on campaigns. So that means, so let's say you have Z buyers, right? If you have Z buyers and that campaign ends, the systems now is going to tell you, Maria, the campaign ended. What do you want to do with the lead? Do you want to continue to follow up with it or just let it die? And then active on your website. This is pretty cool. Anybody who's active on your website recently, it will tell you that they're active on your website. That way you could go right there right away and see who that is and call them and say, hey, I noticed you were on my website looking at 123 Main Street. When can you see the property? See, two things. Frankie.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. I have a question. So when that campaign ends, do you just restart it?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's good that you said that, and I'm actually gonna show you guys some cool stuff. Another thing also is not on any automated listings alerts. That means there's nothing, like that lead went in there and it's blank. It's just sitting there. It's not going nowhere. So you don't want to have your CRM full of junk, if that makes sense, because sometimes we look at this number, like for example, right there, mine, I have 8,560 people. It's from everywhere. Z buyers, open houses, Zillow leads, realtor leads, YSM leads. Like here, if you guys see this little cube right here, this little cube is pretty cool because you get to make little folders for all of your leads to find them faster instead of them just being in there, right? If you want to find a lead real fast, you could make a little folder based on a hashtag. Let's say, Justino, I know you're having an open house this week. You could create a hashtag Jurupa Valley, or you could put the hashtag and the address of the property. Anybody that comes to your open house and you're using the barcode for Boat Trail, they automatically go into your CRM, and then you could have an automated campaign to trigger them once they get to the open house and they scan. Because I know a lot of people don't want to sign in. Sometimes they just walk into the open house, but they'll most likely want to scan. Once they scan, the system starts dripping on them with a, hey, thank you for coming to my open house. You could add a video, a text, a voicemail, an email. I mean, you could add so much automation to that person visit you at the open house, because we all know, right, on Mondays when we come back here, we technically are not following up with those people. And how many of us are guilty about that? You had everybody sign in on Monday, and are you really calling those leads on Monday? Because you got them over the weekend, right? So you're not really calling them till Tuesday, Wednesday. By then, somebody like Alex Garcia, myself, somebody that has automation or somebody calling for them, they're going to touch them before you touch them. and now you just lost the lead and 4 hours of your time at the open house.
Is it fast and quick to find the QR codes that you're talking about?
Yeah, so the QR, to find anything that has to do with marketing, I don't know if I should be looking this way, but to my right, if you go to the marketing place, right here, there's a lot of stuff that's here. This is where you'll find your campaigns, your presentation for listings, social media stuff, how to do SMS, like an email blast. I think you can only do between 300 to 500 a day because they don't want you to abuse that. You could build your CMA right here, which is cool. If you get their birthdays, I know it's kind of hard. We don't do that. Hashtags, like I just told Justino, and that feature right here, if you're not using this feature, at least use this feature because there's features that you have to pay for.
But
For
the QR code, you mentioned that.
Yeah, so the QR code, you go right here. Lead engine. It's going to have a squeeze page, and there should be a QR code for an open house, a virtual open house. Let me see let me show you how to do that.
Thank you so much.
Any questions so far? No questions? Where can I get leads? Awesome. So let's say for example, let's say this is a listing here in our office, right? Because it's going to give you all the listings. You guys can use anybody's listing to market yourself. Right here it says more action. That's where you generate that code. If you want to text it to somebody, you could print a flyer to go door knocking that area. I'm just using this as a demo. So let's say on Frankie's listing, it should be in here. You guys can print a flyer. You could create a listing presentation out of it. You could paste it directly to Facebook, like that your office just listed that property. You could post it on Twitter now. They just became partners with, it wasn't there before. Did you know that, Alex? Now you could post it on Twitter, which is X. I guess that's what they call it. Pinterest, and of course, I think this is a tool that it's very underused, Craigslist. It's pretty cool because on Craigslist, there's a lot of people that go in there to sell stuff. But if you're putting a lot of properties in there, just even if they're not yours, at least you're putting something out there. Most likely somebody's going to call you. So you can post these listings directly on all these social media. You can also save it to your audience. Like let's say I want to text it to let me choose a hashtag.
Can we bring any listings, even from other offices, or only our office?
Anybody's office.
Really?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Craigslist. If the home is already on Craigslist, will it post it under ours or it won't post it?
It will post it under yours.
Okay.
So even if you go here, I know you need an extension for Craigslist. Let me see. So I use Safari, right? But the best tool to use Bolt Trail is in Chrome, because Chrome gives you an extension. Somebody's phone is ringing. Somebody's. No, there's no phone. It's over here, and that's off. Probably probably Albert's. The best way to use it is on Chrome, because on Chrome it lets you add an extension. It does not let you use Safari. Does it make sense? So if you have like a Apple computer, Apple, the best engine search to use is Safari. It belongs to them. It has more protected walls. It doesn't slow down your computer. Versus, let's say you're using a thinking pad, you have to use Chrome as your web browser. It's better for a PC, a regular PC. You want to use Chrome because then it's going to ask you for this extension. And when you download the KV Core extension, the minute you press Craigslist, it opens up a new window with all the information of the property already there. All you do is go and edit and you put your phone number. That's what you do. It'll syndicate the pictures, the amount, the property, the pictures. All you need to do is go and edit your phone number and your email. You have to remember that step. Do not go there directly and then you try to post to Craigslist, because it's going to put the contact information of the agent, the listing agent. But you still want to give him credit. There's a little area right there where it says listing by Jonathan from Remax.
In other words, once you are on Craigslist, the only thing that we have to change or edit
is the phone number and the email.
Okay.
You got to remember that part. You want to edit the phone number and the email.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions about that? So today, go ahead.
That's not the same as a squeeze page.
No, a squeeze page is kind of like you want to funnel people in there. That's what it does. That's why you see that little squeeze. That's a funnel. You build funnels to get people to wherever you want to take them to. A pitch sheet is now it's integrated into your listing presentation or buyer presentation. This sheet, I've taken it to some. I think Felix has seen it. I know you've been with me to an appointment. She's been with me to an appointment. This sheet is so powerful when you go to a listing appointment because the seller's biggest question is, Angie, do you have a buyer for me? And that's what you're going to be like, yes, at my office, we have 433,000 buyers. Out of those 43, whatever, there's 14,700 active buyers. And actually, out of those active buyers, 378 are looking in your area. So the minute you put me to work and sign this contract, my company is going to release their information that you see blocked here, and I'm going to let them know that your property is for sale.
What did you say, the minute you...
The minute you put me to work and sign this contract, all these buyers that we have in our office right now are going to receive an email from my office that your property is coming soon or it's for sale. You got to know how to, that's why it's called the pitch sheet. You're pitching it to the seller. You're pitching it to them. And I don't want to be so much listing driven. I'm also going to talk about being a buyer driven, not just listings.
I'm sorry, I can't see that little icon on the side. What are you under?
Lead engine. Lead engine to the left side of you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So when you go here, it's right here, the pitch sheet. Anybody have any questions also on how to upload leads? That's one thing I know we don't talk about, uploading the leads. So if you have leads, for example, you're getting leads from Edgar. Let's say you're getting leads from him, expires, which are free. Edgar sends you a CSV file on a CSV format. You upload it here. Once you upload it here, you got two options. Either you do it yourself or you let the company do it for you. I always submit to the company. As long as it's on a CSV format, they'll upload it for you. It's going to ask you a couple questions, how you want the lead to be inside. Here, let me see if I could do one. The way you do it is once you accept their terms, you're going to go to the next, and it's going to ask you all kinds of questions. You're an agent. Are you the broker? Are you the ISA? Are these listings local? Yes, in the United States. So you keep answering these questions, very basic questions, and right here is where you upload the file. You upload it on a CSV format, and then it's going to ask you these questions. How do you want the file to be, the notes to be? Once you click yes, there's another section here. Yes, add notes. You're gonna upload that same document twice. It's kind of crazy because right here it takes the lead, but right here it takes the notes. Have ever any of you uploaded the contacts without your notes? Has it happened? The reason why it's happening, Alex, is because you have to do that same CSV file you have to do the same one twice. It's just that they're splitting it up because some of these files are pretty big. So you're going to upload the same CSV format, but sometimes you have notes on it. And the notes could be the information about the property, the description of the property. Some of them are Z-buyer leads that you could upload. You want to know if these people are looking for a cash offer. This is where it receives that information. I'm going to show it to you right now. Once you fill out all this information, seller, buyers, based on hashtags of your own automation, we'll talk about that real quick. Once you go through all this, you put a note here. I always put a note, please don't duplicate my leads. If there is, delete them. Sometimes you guys don't know, but you probably have a duplicate lead. So you might want to delete that lead because now if you have a duplicate lead and you trigger that campaign, that you're going to piss off that buyer or seller. It's happened to me before. One thing that was happening recently is Felix says he has an admin. He had the wrong time zone there. Because I was texting people at 4 or 5 in the morning, and when we're at the gym, they're cussing me out, huh, Felix? They're like, why are you texting me? And I'm like, I had my automation not to start till 8:30. So it took me like 2-3 weeks going back and forth with KB Core, going back and forth. Like, why am I texting these people at 5 in the morning? Then they said, oh, go to the admin's profile and change this setting. No more complaints. So now for everybody, no matter at what time you have your automation, it's not going to trigger till Felix's office hours. I set it to where nobody can touch it. It only starts texting people after 8:30. So if you put 7, it's not going to trigger it because you don't want people to piss. You don't want to piss people off.
But still, the text messages will be sent, yes.
At a different time. So if you're like, wait a minute, how come it hasn't gone out? It's because the admin has like store hours. He's open from 8 to 6:30. After that, there's no automation going out, not even emails. So even if you trigger something, it's not going to go out because the admin controls the store hours, if that makes sense. Any questions on that? On uploading contacts? No, we're good. Okay, here's another thing I think we should talk about because this is one thing that you guys have to pay attention to real quick. When you go to your dashboard, these are all buyers and sellers looking at properties. Does anybody know that? These are all buyers and sellers looking at properties. What you want to do is 2 things here. You always want to go look at the hot leads. These are people who are looking at properties 2-3 times a day. And the system is letting you know, hey, these are hot leads. Pay attention to them because they have a little flame. This is like a little fireball. It's telling you to pay attention to those leads because those leads are quicker to convert. Those are the ones that are 30, 60, 90 days out. The ones that don't have that little flame, you just click on properties, and these are the regular ones. So if you see that little fireball disappear. So if you're sending automation or you're sending a campaign to certain leads and you want to know what they're doing, this is where you want to be at. You guys have one of the most powerful CRMs in the world. I mean, this is way, I still have Follow Boss, but this is way over. Go ahead, Angie.
If we have buyers enrolled in getting automatic
Drips.
properties when they come available in the market through the CRMLS, is there a way to connect the CRMLS?
It is already connected on the CRMLS.
Yes. So that means if the CRMLS send 2 properties, I'm going to be able to see them here?
Correct. Yeah, the way this thing got approved was through the broker CRMLS. Or else it wouldn't even go active. These are real properties that you could be sending them through your regular CRMLS, and they're going to get them here too as well. The thing is here is you see them on real time versus on the MLS you don't. In the MLS, you're just looking at the person opened the folder, right? We all can agree? Mm-hmm. The CRM is just letting you know, hey, so-and-so has 20 listings, and then you put active and it emails up to them. This one, you're looking at it live, and it alerts you based on the settings like, hey, Joyce just looked at 3 properties, and it'll alert you. The system will text you, Angie, so-and-so looked at these properties in the last 2 hours. So now you're like, oh shit, let me get on her. Because remember, she's looking at properties, and they're going on Zillow, and there's other agents calling them because once they see it here, they probably go to another third-party website. If you think they're not, they are. I got a lead yesterday from Zillow. She was looking at properties in Redland for $1.4 million. I tried to book the appointment. I was going to call her back right away. She called me. Oh, another agent called me, and they already booked the appointment. So I know these leads are being shared with everybody else. It's just that speed to the lead. If you don't get to the lead right away, they're going to go with another aggressive agent.
When on settings,
Go ahead.
Okay. On settings, do we have to set the text alerts for each individual client?
No.
Or can we just...
Once, I'm going to go to that right now. I'll show you right now. You were going to say, Justino?
It happened to us, remember? Gabe, you, and me.
Yeah, so it's funny. It's a quick story, guys. Over the weekend, I was hosting an open house with Carlos. On my way to the listing appointment, the system alerted me, and Jose called me back. Jose, the seller, an expired listing. So I'm talking to Jose as I'm going with Carlos. Long story short, I booked the appointment. I found out why the house didn't sell. Pictures, no open houses, etc., etc. I get to the open house, just like any other day. Justino just happens to call me and check in with me. Oh, did you know what happened with that Spanish speaker lead? I said, no, what happened? He's like, oh, I have an appointment this Sunday at 10 o'clock in Montebello. I'm like, oh, Montebello, huh? And I still have that in my mind. I'm driving, I'm like, Montebello. Oh, tell me more about that seller. Oh, yeah, it's the Spanish speaker that Gabe called, but he can't speak Spanish. And I'm going to go see him. It's a nice condo. So I'm like, wait a minute. I just literally got off the phone with the guy that has a condo in Montebello, and his name is Jose. And then I told Justino, oh, is his name Jose? He's like, yeah, I have an appointment with them too on Monday. So now we're both talking to the same people. So I put two and two together. I said, why don't we do the right thing? I don't want to go against them. Why don't we all work them? I'll call the seller and say, hey, you know what? Justino's a part of my team. Whatever he says, sign with them. We still work together. And that's what we did, right? Yep. And Justino got the listing. Yeah, so there you go. So it's happening, guys, and I'm so excited to tell you that expires are so difficult, but I know that since I've been approaching them a different way in the last 2-3 months, every listing I have coming up is an expired now, which is a free lead, a free seller lead. They're free. Like, I don't know who was saying that a little while ago, that these leads are free. You got to take advantage of the leads that Edgar gives you because they're free, they're expired, right? So let me show you guys one more thing, Angie. I know you're asking me about that. So here are the folders that I have, right? Here are the folders that I have. So let's just say, Angie, I get a bunch of leads from this company called HouseJet. If I want to trigger a campaign to them, what I do is, in the campaigns, I try to share them with the office. I'm still back and forth with Bold Trail. I say, hey, I want to share my campaigns with my other teammates. They first tell me to go to Felix's account, and then they change some settings. Some of them are active, right? Did you check, Carlos?
There's still some that are not active.
Some of them are, I mean, this company, I have to just be on them, but there's campaigns here, right? A campaign is a drip. It's how you're going to drip on these people. You could put voicemail, you could put video, you could put text, you could put a phone call, you could add a task. But let me show you real quick. So a campaign would be something like this guy right here, a Z buyer, a seller. So that seller, the way it's designed, Angie, is when that Z buyer comes in and it's on a round robin, it goes to certain people, they automatically, the system will read the hashtag, because it runs on a hashtag, and it automatically, what it does, it sends them this text message right here. It'll say, hello, whatever that contact name is. It's still a fantastic time to sell. I saw you're interested in a current home value. Are you thinking about selling? So it automatically texts that when that lead comes in. When that lead comes in, then they get an email. And it says along the lines of the same thing. The person's name is definitely still a seller's market. We have a list of buyers looking in, and it grabs that person's address and it puts it in there. So these are code words. Whatever you see here, it'll put the person's name and address. And it keeps dripping on them till the person responds to you. Once the person responds, the system stops because it wants you to take over, because it doesn't want to get spam. So just keep that in mind, guys. If the email gets open and they respond, or the text gets respond and you don't respond, the system stops. It doesn't continue to drip on them because it's protecting you from spamming laws. Any questions on that? So you guys can build out your text messages, your emails, as long as you want. As a matter of fact, there's a library. I have a system running 30 days. After the 30 days, the system's going to stop, and it's going to go on that little dashboard. It's going to go back to here on that bar up there. It's going to tell me that there's no automation working. It'll be right here. If any of my leads are stop getting an email from me, a text from me, a voicemail from me, it's going to appear up there too, and I'm going to go pay attention to that. Cool? A lot of information, huh? But a lot of tools. I mean, the system's very powerful. Now I'm going to be diving into something else that I know a lot of people are not using, and I get it. When you guys start adding more features to the system, I know we all pay $85, but when you start adding separate stuff, like, for example, what I'm about to talk about today, these voicemail drops. voicemails are so important, but can you all agree with me if you keep calling me, Angie, for example, if you keep calling me every month and it's you calling me all the time and it's the same voicemail telling me, hey, I'm Angie, I'm just calling to see if you're ready to sell. The next month, hey, I'm Angie, I'm just calling to see if, after a while, I'm not going to answer her phone no more. But if I can show you a way to have other people call in your behalf, automated systems, I can even clone your voice and tell you exactly what to say. It's kind of scary, right? I could literally clone Angie's voice and have her say whatever I say. And how do I do that? I'm going to show you guys real quick. So I'm going to play one that I created. I call her Laura. You guys can call her, him, whatever you guys want to choose after I show you this. And it's free. You guys get about 10 different, it's free. You guys get 10 free voicemails before you can switch it and you get another 10 using different emails. Cool? So let me play Laura. So what I do, the way I use Laura is once I log in the morning here, let me go back to hot properties. Once I go here or here, I'm like, okay, these people need to hear about Laura. So what I do is I'll go here on the contacts that are looking at properties, and I'm going to voice drop Laura on them on one of these campaigns. Check it out.
Hi, this is Laura reaching out on behalf of Alfred Galvan with C21. I saw you were browsing on our website and wanted to check in. Are you thinking about buying, selling, upgrading, or relocating? We'd love to help. Let me know, and we can even create a custom list of properties based on your criteria. Looking forward to hearing from you. Feel free to call me back at 909-313-2006. Or if it's easier, you can send a quick text or email. I'm here to help in any way I can, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks, and take care.
Who thought that was cool?
Wow.
Right? So here's another one. Check it out. Check it out. And I'm going to tell you, these voicemail got me 3 listings for the following week. Check this one out.
Hi, this is Laura. Alfred Galvan from C21 asked me to check in with you. I hope everything's going well. We wanted to follow up on the plans we've been discussing over the past couple of months to see if there's anything you might need from us right now to help move things forward. Feel free to call me back at 909-313-2006. Or if it's easier, you can send a quick text or email. I'm here to help in any way I can, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks, and take care.
So I do a first drip with the voicemail. Then in the middle of the month, I do a second drip, and this is the last one. This one is that I haven't talked to them. They're ghosting me. They haven't called me back. They haven't replied to any of my emails. Check it out.
Hello, this is Laura, calling on behalf of Alfred Galvan with C21. I'm reaching out because we noticed you had shown some interest in the past. Whether it was getting a free home evaluation, possibly downsizing, or exploring options for relocating. If you're still considering any of these, Alfred would love to help. He has some great insights on current market trends and can provide updated information about your home's value or other opportunities that might be a good fit for you. Feel free to call us back at 909-313-2006. Or let us know if there's a convenient time for Alfred to follow up. We're here to make the process as simple and stress-free as possible. Looking forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.
Are these pre-recorded?
Yeah, so they're pre-recorded. The thing is, if you guys see over here, it says 451 credits. So I believe it's less than $50 a month. You get to have a ringless voicemail. These are ringless voicemails. So that means the person's phone will ring but automatically go into their voicemail. And they're going to hear the message. This is not a phone call where the phone rings and then the robot takes over. No, it's a ringless voicemail, which is awesome because let's say they're going to look at the phone like, damn, I didn't hear the phone ring. Then they're going to play the voicemail. That's what happened to Mr. Jose. He heard the voicemail and he called me back and he's asking for Laura. And I said she stepped out. And then I took over the call. So because you know why I use this voicemail? Because you don't want to burn the lead. If you just keep calling them, hey, I'm just calling to follow up or to check in on you. This is not a doctor's office. It's a real estate office. Nobody's checking in with you, right? You got to follow up with value, right? So you can create a voicemail. Here's another, man, I wish I had more time, but I got to show you also one more thing that's so powerful that I got taught. I'm like, holy crap, it's in our faces and we don't use it to create urgency. but we'll get there. Any questions so far on Laura?
So that, what I'm understanding is a service that we paid, and then once we paid, we have up to
500 credits.
500 credits.
Yeah.
And that allow us to do a
Dr-
mass, a treat campaign with voicemail using Laura or whom.
Whoever, whatever you want to call them, it has over 3,000 voices. And does it in Spanish and English. Yeah, so this is right here. It's called 11 Labs. It's free. Open up a free thing and mess with it. Use a voice, use an email that you don't really use to test it out. So if you decide to use it, then you use it with your real voicemail.
I'm sorry, what is it called?
It's called 11 Labs.
11,
11 Labs.
11 labs.
So here we go real quick. I had
Alfred, is that the one that you're using right now?
yes. Yeah,
What
so
does that cost the month?
I don't know, it's free. Cause I use different, all I do is, it's so funny guys, you don't have to pay for it. It gives you up to 10 voicemails for free. You download them onto a folder on MP3 and you upload it to Bold Trail for free. So it's free. It's free. It's a free thing. And not only that, I can also text it from my phone to people.
But can we access this through the Bold Trail platform?
No.
On the tab?
No, this system, you download the voicemails, like you create the voicemail, then you download it into your desktop on a folder, and then you open up Bold Trail and you upload it into Bold Trail.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Who thinks this is pretty cool technology? Right? So think about it like this. Here's another one for you. Let's just say you're doing an open house and you don't want to repeat yourself 1,000 times. All you do is upload any buyers you have or anybody you want to invite to that open house, either from scrubbing the leads or from a geoprospecting website, getting them from Edgar, wherever those leads are from, and you want to drip your buyers, sellers, whatever, you could create that voicemail, drop it into Bold Trail, and they all get a blast at the same time, based on whatever you created. So the system's like this. You guys can see it here. I just created this. It's something dumb that I put. I said, hello, good morning, everyone ready for the barbecue? I already had it pre-made, right? So what you do is here, you get to go choose names or here's Laura. See, I'm using Laura. But there's different people you can use with different accents. Like I said, different languages. You could create some in Spanish, Mandarin. I mean, whatever language is out there, you can create that voicemail. So for giggles, we're going to go ahead and use Bill. Bill's from America. So right here is where you could change the countries, right? Because I told you Spanish, English, Chinese, Mandarin, whatever you want to hit, you choose their language. I'm choosing an American. All you do is push play, and it's grabbing the...
Hello, good morning, everyone. Ready for a BBQ?
whatever. Or go ahead.
So I like something, Alfred asked me to check in and stuff. Can you send us those? Because the way that you worded it sounds really.
You want...
The script that you have so that way we can just add it on and have it and we'll.
Okay.
That Laura has spoken.
Laura's.
Okay, so here it is, guys. Okay, this is Chrome. My advice is, how many of you guys have Chrome on your browser? Okay, you want to get ChatGPT as an extension, as a download extension. The reason why is you see this little black box? She's already ChatGPT is already as an extension here, and I can create whatever I want Laura to say. So this little feature here is pretty cool. Now I can talk to it instead of texting. Good morning.
Sure. Good morning. How's it going today?
Good. Can you create for me a voicemail, text, SMS voicemail for Laura? I want to follow up on all the leads that have not contacted me anymore and went ghost on me. Let's see if it gets all that information. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Let's create that follow-up voicemail message for Laura. What key points do you want to include?
I want these people to know that the market's great, that homes are selling very fast, and that they're still going to be interviewing an agent to sell their house. Can you create that for me? It's a little delay.
Sure. Here's a draft for you. Hi, it's Alfredo from C21 Primetime Realtors. Just want to touch base. The market's hot right now, and homes are selling fast. If you're still considering interviewing an agent to sell your house, I'd love to help. Feel free to reach out anytime. Looking forward to chatting.
Great. I'll go ahead and copy and paste this. Thank you. Watch.
You're welcome. If you need anything else, just let me know.
You're so polite to the AI.
Yeah, 'cause it knows my voice. I use it so much. Now, guys, here it is. See it right here? I go copy and paste it. Copy, paste. Put it right here. And then I'm going to have Laura come up with it again. Let me see. Where is she at? Play it. See, it gives you credits. See, the little credits are running out. That's why you got to use different voice.
Can you create for me a voicemail text, SMS voicemail for Laura? I want to follow up on all the leads that have not contacted me anymore and went ghost on me. Let's see if we get that on that information. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I know. Here we go. This is what he said. Watch this. See how fast it is, right?
Hi, it's Alfredo from Century 21 Primetime.
I'm just
Realtors.
using her as a
Just wanted to
voice.
touch base. The market's hot right now and homes are selling fast. If you're still considering interviewing an agent to sell your house, I'd love to help. Feel free to reach out anytime. Looking forward to chatting.
What do you guys think about that?
Pretty cool.
Oh,
I don't care what they say about you, Alfred. You're in my book, bro.
Look, like,
love to learn nothing.
I'm telling you guys, like, the stuff we have here is so cool. You just have to, once again, learn the stuff. So we're gonna make some pretty cool changes. I just talked to Felix next month. The month of March is gonna look a little different. Our meetings are gonna be a little different. Wait and see. It's gonna be better for all of us. It's actually gonna free us more to do more work and less meetings. Who will like that? Less meetings, more work, right? So we're gonna figure something out that works for everybody because we don't want to spread the meetings too long or too much. So there's gonna be a lot of good things happening. This technology here, I think you guys should take advantage of it. It's free. I mean, what are your thoughts? Because let's say you do lending, how would you use this? Because you have to follow up with clients and keep agents. See, that's my pet peeve. If you're a lender, for me, I need you to follow up with me, right? I don't want to follow up on the lender. I don't want to follow up on the client. If you're getting a buyer pre-approved, the lender needs to update you. Even if a good update, no update, bad update, did they get the paperwork? I need somebody to, that's just who I am. I need that information so that I don't call the buyer and say, hey, has Jesse called you? Oh yeah, he spoke to, now how do I look? And I'm supposed to be a professional. How would you use it, Jesse? Like if you can use this technology?
Well, like if anytime that I get an update from my processor, I would actually copy and paste it. Because my processors, when they communicate in detail. So I would copy and paste it and send a voicemail to the client, exactly what my processors said. Whether they need something, like, hey, I need, 2024 W-2s, I would copy and paste that to that and have it make the call. That'll save me a lot of time.
Yeah, it'll save you a lot of time, and it's also you not always following up on the client.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example,
You can have your own personal assistant. They don't even know that. They don't even know that.
yeah, so I use Laura, right? Laura is my personal assistant. I tell ChatGPT to create it. I use her voice, and the people call me back, asking for her. But in reality, I'll just say, oh, she stepped out. It's Alfred speaking. Thank you for, calling us back or whatever the case is. But if you use this technology,
Are you having them call you back on your number, or do you have a Google Voice number, or what do you have?
so here's the thing, right? Because once again, it accumulates cost, right? So I'm trying to show you guys the free tools that you can use, like as far as 11 Labs. It's only going to give you so many credits before it starts charging you, and it's not expensive, but it'll give you so many credits before you have to change it. So depending on how many voicemails you want to do. Number two is, what was your question again, Jesse? Besides that,
They're calling you back. Are they calling you directly on your phone?
okay. So here's the thing: when you use Bolt Trail, if you text automatically because of the spamming law, it has your name, your last name, and your company you work for. Right? So it's not considered spam. I don't care if you're texting, emailing, it automatically attaches that disclaimer. I always like to repeat the phone that I want them to call me back on. So I've told you guys before, get a Google number. don't burn your phone number. Google numbers are free. There's an app called Google Voice, and all you do is go in there and you choose the zip code, the area code you want for that number to be. Well, remember, guys, I'm 323. I move into a 909 in an Empire. So now my Google number is a 909-313-2006. So that's why I have her repeating it.
Can
So
we have different Google Voices depending on which area or which zip code we are
you could,
talking on?
yes, but you have to be switching on the app. You know, if you want to do a 714, you have to switch the app. That's the only thing that I don't like. You have to be switching it every time.
Which app? The Google Voice?
On Google Voice, yeah, there's a drop down where it'll say what number you want to use today. But you can choose 100 numbers for free. I just use one because I want them to always call me back at that number. My phone's going to ring, but I always want to use the 909.
Yeah.
But you can use as many as you want to answer your question.
You can put your number on there as, they're gonna call the Google Voice, but it goes to your phone.
Yeah, your phone's still going to ring like a regular call.
Yeah.
And you could pre-scan the call where it has that, hi, you just called a Google Voice, and then when the phone rings and you answer, hey, this is a Google Voice, like it's pre-screening them. But you don't want your customers to go through that because they're going to hang up on you. Remember, people, if it doesn't grab your attention, let's say we're scrolling, right? We're scrolling. We only stop if something grabs our attention because we have a very short time span. Like we want to move fast. So you don't want to prevent that from the client hanging up. She has a Google Voice. She's not going to call me back. You want to answer your phone like a regular call. So that's what you want to do. Any questions how you would use this, or any takeaways how you would use this, or how you would use it?
How we can get there?
Yeah, because the reality is, how many of us, and this is a question that my coach asked us, how many of us would like to dial for 8 hours, 600 phone calls?
No. No one.
No one. Do we even dial for 100? Do we even dial 100 people a day? Let's be transparent.
I try, but I don't get
No. So it's crazy because see, our ISA, the person calling for me, the person calling for Carlos, they go through 600 phone calls a day. They have 60 conversations a day, and they only have one shot to transfer a live transfer to me. So when that live transfer comes to Alfred, I need to be prepared because the ISA is saying, hi, I have Alfred here, one of the most powerful agents at Century 21. Alfred, we have Maria. She's selling her house at 123 Banana Street to move back to Seattle to be with her family. You're taking the call now. So it's like a three-way call. So then I right away go, hey, Maria, thank you so much for taking over our call. My name is Alfred with Century 21. I see that you want to sell your property right here at 123 Main Street to be back to Seattle. How exciting. Is that correct? Be quiet. Let them talk. Great. I have time in my schedule today, Maria, to go over your house between 3 and 5. Maria, what time works best for you? 3 p.m. or 5 p.m.? So we repeat the time twice so we can create urgency on people's minds. That's why you have to repeat your phone number when you're leaving a voicemail. Hi, this is Angie. I'm calling you. Please call me. You have to, don't assume they're going to call you back. You have to leave your voicemail because some people are elderly. They're going to write the number. Some people are maybe on their car. They're not going to be scrolling looking for your number. So get in the habit of repeating your number. I don't care how many times you repeat it on every single voicemail. Or have Laura or Bob or Bill, whoever you want to choose, to drop that phone number and drop that message for you. And I'm telling you, this thing works and it's free. It's just technology. And here's a couple things that I wrote down. Why is this important for us, right? So it's just an AI system that generates and creates highly realistic human-alike voices using AI. So you could slow down their voice. You could make it longer. I mean, you could make them sound like in intensity. You could change the voice. It has settings, right? You could also text to speech. It converts texts into speech with lifelike intentions and emotions. So it can do that for you. Whatever you text it, it's going to sound like a human. That's what it's designed to do. Even if you just post anything from ChatGPT, it's going to make it into human, like a human sounding with emotions. It has voice cloning, Angie. So let's say, Angie, I can record your voice for 30 seconds. And I could say, Angie, make me a voicemail just talking gibberish. You know, you can say, hi, I'm Angie, I'm eating cornflakes in the morning. For 30 seconds, you create any voicemail you want. The system will clone your voice, and then I'm going to text, and now I'm going to use your voice to make calls. Based on whatever I put in the text messages. It's scary. So imagine somebody uses this to harm somebody. Think about that part. Because you can. Because I can record your voice and put it in here, and I could say something I don't want it to say. So that's how powerful this is. It also has multi-language, and it speaks over 1,000 languages. In use case studies, it's idle for content creation, audiobooks. It's funny, audiobooks, and I read that. Customer support and gaming and accessibility. It has customization, uses, and can adjust to tone, pitch, speak style for different needs. It's API integration. It integrates with Bold Trail, Follow Boss, Zinc, and all these top of CRMs. And then rapid growth. It becomes a lead providing an AI voice power. So it does two things also. So let's say you have a call coming in and you're at this meeting. It also takes your phone call and it'll talk to them for you using your voice. How scary is that? So you don't miss a call. So let's say you're worrying about, I'm at the meetings, these are too long. Don't worry, that system will take over your call. All you do is set it up, and if it rings, you choose how many rings you want. It picks up the call. Hi, this is Angie, because your voices are very recorded in there. So you don't miss a call. Pretty crazy, right? Carlos, what are your thoughts? I want to show you guys a pipeline that I have going on right now, because I want you guys to know how much money we're leaving on the table when we don't call people, we don't follow up with them, we think the market's not good, we listen to all this noise that Adam was talking about. He's like, use that white noise for sleeping, which was a joke, but I thought it was pretty cool. So this is a pipeline I got going on with my new coach. These are live transfers. These are all sellers only. Can you see on my pre-listing general how much I have in commissions? You can't see it?
385,609.29 cents.
So look how much money I'm leaving in commissions if I don't follow up with these people. And this is somebody making calls for me right now, talking to you guys. These are some of the packages that already went out. We do a pre-listing packet. I think Jesse did a video yesterday. Guys, you want to do a pre-listing packet or a pre-buyer packet? What is that? Why? What's a pre-listing packet? A pre-listing packet or a buyer packet is, for example, let's say, Justino, you met a buyer at the open house, right? You met him over the weekend. Justino should have a pre-buyer packet ready to go for that buyer to let them know more information, or already have it with him at the open house. So if he connects with somebody, he gives them something to take away, right? Because these buyers go to multiple open houses. Oh, here it is. Oh, thank you. So here it is, guys, and this gets a little costly. It doesn't have to be that fancy. I actually found boxes cheaper on Amazon, but they're not going to be black. The sticker, the lady from HD Signs, I think she comes here, HQ Signs, she did a custom sticker for me. She gave me like, I think it's kind of like $1 a sticker with my custom number, my Google number, my name, my license. Of course, always have your license. And I have a pre-listing packet. These is for listings. We go drop them off at the person's house. So quick story. On Sunday, it was raining. I think I was talking to Felix and Carlos on my way to Lake Elsinore. It's a pretty long drive. My leg's been hurting. I'm like, I'm just going to go drop off the packet. Christian couldn't get into it. I drop off the packet. Carlos had talked to the lady too, right, Carlos? And what did she tell you?
She was, I'm already talking to Alfred.
I got that packet to her right away.
It was an expired listing, so I'm calling expired. And he's, oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's another story right there. And we'll work it together. We'll figure it out. What I'm trying to say, this thing works. Yeah, so I went to go drop off that pre-listing packet. She called me yesterday. I think Gabe was with me inside. And she's like, we're going to list the property. Come see me this Sunday in Lake Elsinore. But in there, I get in the habit of writing thank you cards. Thank you for taking my call. I don't even put a gift card anymore. And then folders that I get from Lisa. And it's just a very simple, generic listing packet. Information about her property from RPR, or Edgar can send you a snapshot of the property, what the properties are selling for in the area, and of course my resume. This is a resume of how I get homes sold. All I do is drop this off, and then I follow up with them and say, hey, did you get my pre-listing packet? They say yes, and then I go into the appointment. By the way, when can I stop by so we can discuss the possibilities of selling your property? And then always expect an objection, guys. There's always going to be an objection. Here's a couple. Oh, there's a Super Bowl this weekend. Call me next week. Oh, the interest rates are high. They're still going to be high. A matter of fact, this morning, me and Felix were at the gym, and we know these two ladies that work out. One of them came up to us and asked, right, Felix? What did she say?
Is it a good time to buy right now?
And what did I tell her?
Good time to buy.
I told her right away. I was working out, and I went into just autopilot mode in my mind. Oh, it's always a good time to buy. How's the market? It's fantastic. Oh, it's the interest. Right away she said, the interest rate. I said, oh, let me ask you this. What's more important, the interest rate or your monthly payment? The monthly payment. I said, let's focus on that. So, yeah, so you have to start thinking like that. If you're shopping the rate, go to the payment. Stay on the payment. The payment is what they're more interesting about, not the interest rate. That can change any time. But what I'm trying to tell you guys, I want to show you that the market is great. I'm telling you right now, these are people, this is checks that I have to go cash. But the only way I'm going to cash them is if I make time to follow up with them using my automated system. Some of the appointments, as a matter of fact, Felix went to meet with this appointment. And Jesse, remember, went to Montebello? Yeah. We went to that listing appointment. The seller, me and Felix met. We walked in their duplex. He's undecided if he should sell or not sell. But at least I met with them. I gave him my pre-listing packet in person, and I just have to nurture him. He said, you know what? I haven't spoken to any other agent. If I do decide to sell, I'll go with you guys. I just have to.